Hello, fishing champs.
There you go. She's got it on. What's up, guys? Mr. P here. Mr. Poseidon. I am Mr. Poseidon. You're here on Let's Talk Some Fishing with my lovely wife. Let's say hello to her. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hi, everybody. Hope
a
everybody had a nice Thanksgiving.
You can put that chair up as high as it goes.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Everybody did have a nice Thanksgiving. I know everybody did. Who in America does not have a nice Thanksgiving? There's a lot of people. Everybody enjoys Thanksgiving from the top to the very bottom. And if the bottom can't get there, we're out there to help. So everybody enjoys a nice Thanksgiving. We are still eating food. We have not stopped since Thursday. This is a tragedy. I have not stopped eating. If I stand up right now, you guys will be like, Mr. P, that's not really you, is it? Right, honey? We have not stopped eating?
No, not at all.
All right, let's get the show on going. Today we're going to have our guest, Big K. That's Big K from Turtle Cove Tackle. We're going to have him on. He's going to be showing some of his products, and we're definitely going to talk some fishing, conservation of the striped bass, and always the safe release of a striped bass. So, last week we had on our guest, which was the Long Island Shark Man. A lot of points for that. Also, I want to say to him, shout out to him. Thank you for that, LI Shark Man. You can find him on Instagram. Let's say hello to the subscribers really quick. Guys, thank you for showing up to the show. Mario Gandini, congratulations on your prize. To everybody out there, John Francesconi, Vinny Sniper. Let me get my reading glasses on. Brian Testa, what's up, buddy? Where is he? Yeah, Brian Testa, let's go. What's up, Mr. P? Excited for the show. Brian, I want to let you know, I want you back on the show. You are a dynamite fisherman. I've been hearing the stories, man. Don't think I don't hear everything. Mr. Poseidon hears everything. Anyway.
Hey, Sue.
Sue Pugliapico, our good friends. We missed out on a big date yesterday. Both of us couldn't make it, not including my wife, them too. But we're going to get together soon. So thanks for showing up to the show. We appreciate your support, guys. Thank you so much.
Grandpappy's there.
Grandpappy, what's up? I was fishing with his buddy Kevin this week. These two guys are also grinders. They get out there and they fish. Jason Palmatia, what's up? Okay, I want to get started with the show. We got the guest, Big K. That's Big K from Turtle Cove Tackle. Let's have a nice warm welcome for Big K, Turtle Cove Tackle.
Woo-hoo.
What's up, buddy?
How are you guys doing tonight?
We are doing wonderful, and we are excited that you, my friend, are on the show tonight. So, to my subscribers, this is Big K here. He's the owner of Turtle Cove Tackle, which makes accessories for some of the products that we all use on here. So, let's start off. How you doing, Ken? How you doing, Big K?
I'm doing really well, but now Donna, my wife, is the actual owner of the company and invented most of these products, and she's sitting across me saying, "Hey, what about me?" So she's the big wheel, I'm the big mouth. It's a good balance.
Yeah, I have the same situation here in my location. And Don, I want to say thank you to you also. So now that I know, so thank you very much, Donna.
That's awesome.
So,
I
go ahead.
concur with everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully they did. I don't think I could fit my waders on right now. They'd be a little tight, man.
I was worried about that myself, my friend.
Uh-oh.
So I want to ask you, Ken, how did you get started in the fishing industry, surf fishing?
Oh, is there an echo? John Francesconi's saying there's an echo?
Does anybody hear any echoing out there?
I hope it's...
Please let us know. We will fix that. I am the only one hearing an echo. Is John hearing an echo? No, sound is good. John, hey, Edwin, what's up, buddy? What's up, man? We sent out that cap to you. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Brian's
good.
So no, John, maybe it's just you.
No,
now.
Just try, John. Just try going on and off again, you know? Shut down the computer, restart it, and sometimes that'll do it.
Or just the browser.
Or just the browser.
Refresh the browser.
We are also computer techs here. To help anybody in the computer field, we are here. Okay, let's get back to Big K here. So, Big K, I want you to tell me, how did you start this whole thing? How did this start off with you? This whole surf fishing thing.
It started off really with a long weekend trip, Donna and I going out to Montauk in the spring, about 4 or 5 years ago. And she has a smaller 30-pound boga. And within 2 or 3 hours, she's always taking the boga off, complaining it's bothering her. So on the second day, we're fishing the south side. She goes back up to the lower lot, disappears, comes back an hour later. She managed to fashion a broken sand spike of my brother's and a pound of duct tape, and thus was the first generation born of the idea of making a boga carrier. That was like the first product because it was so
Very
cumbersome, and none of us liked, I used to hang mine off my belt on a big utility ring, and she did, and it was bothering her so much she came up with this caveman looking ugly thing, but it kind of, it held together for a tide.
I can't begin you the products that my wife has shown me that have been the monstrous looking things sometimes. And she is your wife. And it's like, oh, it's beautiful. It's lovely. We'll just touch it up here and there a little bit and everybody's happy. We know because we love our wives. So, yeah, so
Exactly.
Continue on that product. What was the next? What happened?
Well, we came back, and as I said, that was a few years ago. We, got pushed to the side. We weren't going to be out in Montauk for another 2 weeks or so. So it kind of got shoved to the side. Life took over. We're doing things. And she's in the construction field and has access to a lot of high-tech machinery and different items. And I was a motorhead growing up, had Harley Davidsons, and was always tinkering around with stuff. So I was pretty much a hands-on guy. So once it was time to go back out there, of course, the night before, we're loading up our gear, getting the beach buggy ready to go east. And she's like, what about my little tube holder thing? And so we spent a little time 2 weeks after the fact making that a little bit better. And then by the end, that was like a spring run, probably May, beginning of June. By the end of that first season, we put some time into it and really started to work on how this is going to work. And the biggest aspect of it was we're trying to make one product that's going to fit the 15, 30, and 60 boga. So it was an evolution, and it took up until 2 years ago to really dial it into where we're in a Gen 2 mode of the professional product of it. And it's perfected. I don't want to sound like a arrogant guy. I'm not.
Okay.
But that's how we started it. From an idea.
I just want to say something. So I've seen Turtle Cove on Instagram, and I see them and I read them and their products, but I was the guy in the guide. Now look, there's something you guys have to understand here. The boga grip that we use. Some of us don't use a boga grip, but I personally happen to use a boga grip because I want to know what the fish weight is. So I take a quick weight of it, and I can look at the boga grip. It's an official tool that most surf fishermen use and is recognized by so many organizations, if not all of them. But anyhow, what I'm trying to say is how I used to use my boga grip. I brought a clip from Rock Harper. They make belts. They make other products, nice products. But anyway, a clip. So I used to open the boga grip because the boga grip goes like this, and close it on the clip, and I had it ready to go whenever I needed it. That was the 30-pound boga. Sure, there were times I was going, I was walking, I was hustling. Sometimes I walk a mile to my spots, sometimes more. And sometimes it's not in the most comfortable areas. So as I'm trekking through with my boga grip, once in a while it's slapping me. Now I'm saying once in a while, but here's where the but is now. I upgraded and I went to the 60-pound boga grip. So I put it on, and I'm not the tallest guy in the world. So basically that thing is half my leg right there. Okay, I'm not that short, but you're getting the idea. So what happened here was I started walking, and even on a walking motion on the beach, this thing was waving. Look at my hand. Phew. Look at my hand. Phew. Waving. And sometimes I would take a whack on the leg, or it would come around wrong, and it hurt, a couple of times. Not to the point I can't fish, but anyway, you guys get the idea. So what happened was, I says, I got to do something about this. This bleeps. It really does. It was terrible. So I went on. I remembered Instagram. I remembered Turtle Cove Tackle. I knew a couple of the guys had they have accessories from them. So I says, let me try 'em. So I got ahead, and I went out to one of my local shops here, picked it up, put it on my belt, and I'm telling you guys, it was probably the one most single surf fishing tool fishing rod, everything that I've ever used, that was that easy. They even come with their own lanyard. You can put it right on. It'll slip right through, and it holds it steady. I mean, I knew I had the 30-pound on me. I can't even tell I'm holding the 60-pound Boga grip. I'm not.
Nice.
Until
Thank
I
you.
need it, and I can pull it out, and that's a fact, and I'm not just stating things, because if anybody's been watching me from the start, if I don't like a product, I'm not going to come on here and destroy somebody's business who's been loving his product or her product and me bringing it down. So I don't deal with that. But when it's a good product, that's when I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's when I say, hey, I got a good piece of material here. I'm going to share it with everybody. So that's it, enough of Mr. Poseidon. You've heard enough of Mr. Poseidon for almost a year and a half. Let's get back to the Big K. So continue. So you went from the Boga grip, and what else have you ventured out to now? Can you show us that Boga grip first so these guys...
Yeah, I was thinking when you were
He
saying
holds-
to folks,
yeah.
you know, I'm just assuming everyone carries one, let alone knows what it is. So I have Donna's belt over here.
Beautiful.
Hold on a second, so don't knock cameras over and lights.
There you
So,
go.
folks, if you're not in the know, this is what a Boga grip is. It's actually, east of Boga is a location. It's a small town in Alabama, and that's how this got its name. It's like naming it the Tappan Special or the James Ford
And
Special.
it's official.
yeah?
You can get it registered, correct, Big K?
Right. Yeah, and you should have it maintained every year. I mean, we're not going to go into the aspects of the tool itself, other than it is a necessity tool for a lot of guys, including yourself and me. Donna, obviously, this is hers. Besides weighing your fish, even in broad daylight, and I'm guilty of it after fishing since I'm about 9, you get an SP minnow, even on a 22-inch school rat, 5-pound fish, and he's thrashing around. You have your rod tucked under your arm. You're on a nice rock on the south side. This is a really safe way of handling the fish and making sure you don't go to the ER and get a hook pulled out of your hand.
That's
so you
correct.
can safely grab the fish. You know, they spin around. You know all this.
Yes,
they
of
spin
course.
around. So
Tell
those
everybody.
cheaper-
Tell it. Tell
yeah,
it.
those cheaper pliers that you see, those like plastic white pliers, they're great value for what they are, but they don't do this. And this is really important. You have a fish on there. We're trying to, you know, as Mr. P said, you're trying to protect the species. They need our
Correct.
help. And using a Boga grip is less manhandling. You can't put your pliers into a jaw of a striped bass or a bluefish without hurting them severely.
Yeah, John
And so the tool
Francisconi.
really does a lot of different things. Keeps us safe, the fish safe,
Yes.
and lets you have your bragging rights when you weigh them. So
that's what John was
here's the-
saying to Big K, that you don't have to touch the fish, and it's good for the fish.
exactly,
Use it.
big time. So this is the Boga carrier right here. I know it's
And I have the same one, guys. What a beauty.
What is
Yep,
the
thank you.
holder made of?
Yeah.
Mario is asking. What's the
Mario.
holder made of? High impact material?
Oh,
Is that what it's
we
made
just
of?
I just knocked. I'm sorry, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're having technical difficulties right now.
Yeah, it's called
Whoops.
it's called the lanyard grabbed onto the pedestal of the camera mount. So hopefully we're back in action here. We
That's
good?
okay. There you go. You're
We're
back.
good, buddy. We're good.
Okay.
There we
The
are.
materials that we use, it's called Kydex. It's a thermoplastic. It's a high impact, flexible, very, very sturdy thermoplastic. And there's a bunch of different kinds of plastics without boring the heck out of everybody tonight. The Skippy jar or Peter Pan jar or whatever you have in your cupboard made
Yeah.
of plastic is a much more brittle,
Yeah.
less forgiving plastic. This is made primarily, you'll see this in big industries, in emergency services, military, police holsters,
Right.
federal agents. All their gear now is made from this. It doesn't shrink, it doesn't crack, it doesn't fade, it keeps its shape. So it's got a lot of good properties. It actually, I believe, started out probably about 40 years ago, being used in a lot of high-end aviation products, interior products of aviation cockpits in the military. So that's where it's got its origin, and that's what we use. It's a great product. It's lightweight and it's really strong, so it's perfect. As you know, every ounce counts.
Absolutely. Also, I noticed earlier, Mario Gandini, you asked the Boga grip. It's very, it's a tough tool, man. So a lot of people, what you have to know is one thing, and this is very simple, so you have it and you know it. when they talk stainless steel, there isn't just stainless steel, meaning one grade. You have cheap stainless steel that will rust, and stainless steel isn't supposed to rust, right? Well, when you go get pure stainless steel, and the best stainless steel of the world comes from Spain, it's very expensive there to buy it. But when you get it, it doesn't rust. Things like the Boga Grip, that's made of stainless steel, high stainless steel, some of those products, and they don't rust. If they rusted, then the Boga Grip wouldn't be good after a quicker time than the time it lasts. I mean, how long have I had my 30-pound? I bought it about 10 years ago when I first hit Montauk, or 11 years now. And basically, I've rinsed it a few times with fresh water. But the reasons I rinsed it was to get some of the sand out, because you can put that thing under the sand. Take your time, wash it. It's all going to clear out, and it's going to be good. The stainless steel is what matters. And I know that on this brand, it's some of the parts that they use are high-grade stainless steel. It doesn't rust on you. It won't. You got to leave it out for 100 years, and then you'll see some rust marks. Okay, I'm exaggerating on that, but you get the idea. So, Big K. Big K! So I want to know, Big K, do you surf fish yourself? Obviously, I know you do, but I want you to tell my subscribers.
Yes, a lot. We live on the east end of Long Island. We're on the North Fork of Long Island at Jamesport. So we're both Long Islanders, natives of Long Island, and we grew up fishing primarily Freeport, Jones Beach area. I got my ticket in '96 to run charters. So I'm a licensed captain, although I don't run charters any longer. Wow. And picked up surf fishing probably about 15, 16 years ago, and really dedicated myself to it. And boy, it was like almost like starting over. It's can be very demanding. So being in a boat is easy.
Oh, yeah.
I heard something new right now, Big K. You know what that is?
What's
now,
that?
Usually, you'll see a guy progressing. He'll start one day on the beach with a little worm and start fishing, progress to chunk, bluefish, sharks, and then ultimately turn into lure fishing and love the striped bass and fish for that. And maybe after that, he'll say, I'm getting a boat. So he'll progress. But this is the first time I'm hearing a guy going from a boat to surf fishing. Yeah. So what intrigued you about the surf fishing? Why did you say, now this is good? Because if you understand, everybody always says as a surf fisherman, you want to get out there on a boat because, you know, they got the deeper waters. They get those big fish. So Big Ken here knows something. I mean, if he's saying to himself, oh, I can go for, you know, fresh water, whatever, I'm going to go off the surf. I'm going to become a surf fisherman. So what said to you? What was that all about?
Again,
to come over.
Donna.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Donna played corporate softball on a traveling team and ran triathletes, and so she was really into exercise. But she's like, you know what? Going into the gym all the time, especially when it's beautiful out,
right?
It's a little harder to do. So if we can just balance out, although the boat was a lot of fun, if you could balance out some exercise and something that we really have a passion for, like fishing, maybe we could satisfy that take care of yourself thing and have fun. And getting the boat out off the trailer, down at the ramp, ready to go, it was really taking up a lot of time. So we started surf fishing a little bit while we owned the boat, and it wasn't easy. So it wasn't like an instant labor of love because we were kind of dialed in with the boat. You know, electronics on the boat these days are really advanced. Right. And as you said, even without them, especially up where we had our boats and the charter boats that I worked on, you could sometimes go a mile or two from the docks in Freeport and get into some serious bass fishing. So it was a slow transition to getting into surf fishing, but little by little, we started finding ourselves like, you know what, we haven't taken our boat out. The season's half over. We haven't taken the boat out except like once or twice. And we got a little better at surf fishing because we put in a little more time. Not saying that we're pros by any means. I get humbled all the time by Bill Jacob and all the guys that have mentored me along the way, Billy Wetzel and our whole crew of guys. And little by little, we just really sort of enjoyed it to the point where some of our friends, we had gotten rid of our boat. And even this summer, we have some friends in Montauk that are year-rounders, live out there, have nice boats. And like, hey, you guys want to come out? We're like, yeah. meet us in the lower lot. I'll bring a 10-footer for you, and we'll set you up with some old waders, and we'll have you on the beach fishing. And they're puzzled. They're like, don't you want to come on the boat? I'm like, not really.
Yeah, I hear that, buddy. So I want to go back to, I know you showed us the Boga Grip holster. So I'm interested in something like the knife that I saw. Now, I've always been a believer. I don't want to carry a knife. I'm afraid it'll come out if I fall. You know, you can get stabbed, badly hurt. So I spoke to you about that, and you said to me what? I want you to talk about that knife that comes with the holder made for that knife.
I'm going to do it gingerly with much love so I don't knock over the tripod again. All right. So this is a brand new product that we just started the test launch. And what we've done is the heart of everything we make is a 2-inch belt loop. I don't know if folks can see that.
Yeah, it's
Everything
perfect.
we make, 99% of the products we design and make, are for a surf belt. So the heart of that is a 2-inch closed, custom-made belt loop that's going to fit on any 1 3/4 or 2-inch belt. And 2-inch seems to be the industry standard. ODM, Gear Up, Z Belt, which we love, they all have the capacity to take a 2-inch belt loop. So with that in mind, we started designing a knife sheath, a knife carrier, because I won't say
because
you
you
have to
could
have
be
it,
on a
but
rock out in
especially-
the ocean and the seal can come out and try to rob you. I understand.
Well, you might have McNuggets and you want to share one with your friend. You have one left. You want to be able to cut it nice.
Absolutely, buddy.
You know, there's a lot of fun to be had with our sport, but it is a dangerous sport.
Yeah.
It's
Right,
a calculated risk, and the better you get at it, the more dedicated you are. Myself included, and a lot of my buddies find themselves out in not the best conditions because sometimes the fishing could be outstanding during big water, or you could just be in a back bay spot and you step in and you have 80 yards of 60-pound braid from 2 years ago from some guy, and it's wrapped around your foot. And now you have a problem on your hands. So carrying a knife, it could be utilitarian, but it's also a safety thing. So we had a few people approach us and say, hey, do you make anything? Do you make anything? And we didn't, because there's just such a wide array of knives on the market that it was kind of difficult. So a few months ago, we started finishing up the R&D on it and introduced for a very specific knife. See, the thing is, it has to be for a certain make and model of a knife, or it's not going to work to our
Right.
satisfaction.
Let's put that up a
So-
little higher. There you go. Beautiful. So go ahead.
All right.
Show us.
So this is a Gear Aid is the manufacturer of the knife, and the model of this knife is called an Akua. Akua!
A cool.
It'll sound better if you yell it.
Hold on. Ready? Kua!
What?
Akua.
Akua!
Okay.
So this knife is a 3.5-inch bladed, serrated with a line cutter. That's that
Yes, I see
piece
it.
right there.
Yep.
And it's blunt tipped.
Nice. I love that
Blunt
part.
tip.
That I didn't know. I see
Yeah.
it for the first time right now.
Really important. You imagine
Yes.
having a regular knife in here
No.
with those same attributes without a blunt tip,
You know,
and you make the wrong move, at the
you know,
very least, you just ruin $300 or $400 pair of waders, and at the worst,
Oh.
you stab yourself because you're trying to
Oh.
get line off your foot.
Easily.
Or you know what I mean? So the idea of this knife is that it's a rescue knife.
Correct. And let's also not forget, if you do fall in the water and you're out deep in a rock and happens to be a shark around, you now have a chance. I don't care if it's not blunt. I'm getting that knife through it if a shark attacks me in the water. Back to Big K.
It's something. The idea behind this is that it stays put. So we have guys that skish, you know, if a bunch of buddies, they're putting on a wetsuit. Brandon Susel, he's putting on a wetsuit and swimming out with Bill Jacob at 10 at night for a nice tide. They get out to that rock. That knife had better be in that sheath. So it's model specific. Right now, it's just offered for this knife because there's a lot that goes into the design and the functionality. The Boga carrier fits loosely in there, and if you hold it upside down and shake it 3 times, it's going to slide out. But with the knife, that's not the case. I know it's hard to do without knocking over.
So I
the
want you to
setup here.
show me how
Cameras.
exactly you would take it off.
Well, the knife is in there.
Right.
And
It doesn't
the
come
knife
out.
is staying in there.
Right.
Even though you're shaking it.
Right.
I don't know if you could hear it. Tell me if you could actually hear this is what we're proud of. Listen carefully.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to hear it.
Oh, there it
You
is.
hear that click?
Yes, I heard it. Let's hear
Now,
it
if you-
again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
once this is made, it takes about another 10 minutes after it's totally done, polished, ready to be retailed. There's about 10 minutes spent on each one of these. And Donna has to hand tune this with a
Wow.
little extra heat, more pressure in the
Oh,
machinery.
shoot.
So it clicks in there just right.
Right,
It has to
right.
stay in, but we don't want it to be so tight that you
That-
can't get it out immediately if you need it.
And like the earplugs, if you're not going to put them in tight from the start, Big K, you know.
Man, I gotta get the lady that owns this company to design a earplug carrier.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so that was kind of a difficult product to make, just because it has to be, the variable is so small. It has to be just right, and there's no other way of doing it other than taking your time once it's manufactured. To
Okay.
just tune it up. And
I
make
just
it
want to let
perfect.
everybody know, I want to cut you off a second, that
Go.
what he's saying here, it's not like a, machine made to the point of it's going to fine tune the knife in there. So basically they're checking these things like any other company would do. But the part that I liked is that they take it back, and like he said, his wife, Donna, who knows what she's doing, obviously, will fine tune it. And what does that mean? You might have to heat it up a little more, make it tighter, or whatever you have to do, because I don't know about it. I'm just repeating what you said, but I like that. I like that a human being is actually testing it itself and saying, hey, this knife is ready for the field. It's ready to go. Next knife. So that's what I liked about it so much, Ken. Big K.
It has to be that way. It's kind of entertaining. While we're speaking of that, I've had folks come up to us. The coolest part about
Right.
her having this company is she came home just the end of the season about a week ago. We were like, all right, we're freezing. We're getting smaller fish out east. So we were finishing up. She comes home, she's all excited. I'm like, what, you catch 11 fish today? She's like, no, I caught 2 small little guys. But I was in a row of trucks on the north side over here out at McCabe's, and like half the guys in the parking lot were taking on the belts, coming off the beach, taking the belts off. And she's like, about half of them had our products on. So
Right.
it was just
That's so
really
good.
cool. There's a lot of pride
Absolutely.
involved in what we do. And so she was really excited to talk to folks about it. And that's what it comes down to. It's like everything has to be as tight as we can get it, as perfect as we can make it, using the best, like you mentioned before, stainless steel, the carabiner, the dive ring, even the hog rings on the carabiners are 3/16 stainless steel.
There you go.
The carabiners have to be.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it better
pays
be.
to
We're
use
paying
the good stuff.
$275, basically $300 for a 60-pound, and I don't know what the price is for a 30-pound. But these are expensive products. Remember, guys, because they last. They're good products. Eduardo, good evening. Go ahead, Big K.
Yeah, I hope you didn't scare folks with. They're gonna be like, a Boga carrier is $279.
No. It's much cheaper than that. If it sounds good, it is. It's much cheaper than that. Remember, guys and ladies, that the products we use, especially being hardcore surf fishermen, we're buying the top scale products. Why? Because we know they last. We're in the industry. We know what's good. We know what's not. So we pretty much, own the high scale products, and the product that he has is for the high scale products. You're not going to go out and pay $2 for a plier holder. You could do that. Go out and pay it and put it on and be happy. As long as you're happy, that's it. You tell me I'm a surf fisherman and you're carrying a $2, plier holder, and you're telling me I'm happy. It's a beautiful thing, but it's a big but. Hey, how you doing? When you're buying high-scale products, I don't like to take any chances, and I'm not saying those $2 plier holders aren't good, but you do know what I mean. You do know what I mean. I don't want to get too close to the camera, but you buy the high-scale end products to support your products that you have that you know is going to work correctly. So always remember that. Now, going back to that $275 Boga handler. No, it's not $275. Go ahead, Big K.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, and there's no pressure on anyone directly or indirectly to, hey, you have to step up, and you're not a good fisherman if you don't own a Van Stall, or if you don't have a Lammy, or if you're not wearing an ODM belt, you're not a hardcore guy. Start off slow. I mean, my advice as a consumer, which I am for everything else that we get in our garage on our beach buggy, is maybe don't get a lot of gear, but before you get any gear, research it. Please buy it local if you can. You know, the shops on Long Island and Connecticut, Rhode Island, and in Jersey, which is our dealer network, or in 4 states, they have everything you need, you know, and nothing against the big box stores, but you know, you're going into a big box store and you're getting some kid that's working there 4 hours a week, and he's going to say, yeah, here's a fishing rod. You want a 10-foot one, 11-foot one? All right, let me read the tag. Here it is. You know, you go to your local shop. This is what their passion is all about. They grew up with this stuff. They know the business. They know it's going to be good for you, and it's not a one-size-fits-all. So there's a saying, and I'll try to paraphrase it correctly, you know, try not to buy twice, you know, because a lot of times consumers, whether it's a pickup truck or a pair of sunglasses, buy cheap the first time and then buy for the long haul. And I think that's the point you were trying to make.
Yes.
You know, if you fish a lot, you're going to end up with better gear, because the lower tier stuff isn't going to hold up as well. Maybe the customer support isn't there, you know.
Customer support. You want to see customer support? Watch this. Ready? Customer support right here.
What?
Hey, how you doing? Now that's customer support.
That's it.
That's right, buddy.
Tea.
Thank you for repping the brand.
Oh, absolutely. It's a beautiful
says,
shirt.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. P.
Long sleeve T-shirt. Most of them are short sleeve T-shirts, but I like this one. And I said, you know, send me one. And obviously, Mr. P pays for everything, but this was a gift. And I'm going to say it right out there. It was a gift from Big K himself and his lovely wife, Donna. Thank you so much for that.
She's saying right now, tell Ro I'm sending her up a medium. We have some short sleeves, and we have other ones coming in. I didn't forget about her.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much.
Mario is asking about the sizes of the lanyards. The lanyards.
Oh,
do they come in
good question,
sizes?
Mario. Thank you,
Mario.
Mario.
They do. They come in 2 sizes. So for the pliers, it's generally, you know, what we try to do is streamline everything, because we don't sell direct to the consumer. We're just doing a launch right now. So we're selling some of the knives to see if there's enough of a market out there for us to really put into full production in the shop and start distributing it. But generally we sell wholesale. We design, and Donna then wholesales to the authorized dealers. And so the lanyards, to answer your question, Mario, come in 2 sizes. There's a 24.5 inch, and that's going to be what comes with all the pliers, and then a 34 inch comes with the Boga carriers, and the knife is probably going to be in that 25 inch range. It is right now on the target market on the R&D side, that's going with the 25 inch. So, and all the tool carriers come with a lanyard. Everything we make comes with a lanyard, with the exception of the jig vault. Mr. Poseidon, do you wear the jig vault?
So no, I don't. I don't wear that. What I wear is I use the one of the brand belts. We'll talk about them one day for sure. I'll talk about them right now. Gear Up. I like their belt. I like that it's stiff. But I'm going to tell you right now, nothing bad to Gear Up, because Gear Up is fantastic company. Quality.
They make great stuff.
Absolutely. Edwin Rivera, I know, is a big fan of theirs, and some beautiful merchandise that I've seen him using. Absolutely beautiful. Also, I want to say that the belt that you showed, the Z belt. Now look, I'm getting a little older. I'm 24 years old right now. I'm not young anymore, so I have to
set them straight, Ralph.
That's right. Straight. There you go. I'm trying. 26. Don't you guys go any heavier than that. Anyway, don't you dare do it. Don't even take a step. Anyway, let's continue on that Z belt. I love it because I know that Z belt is supporting your back, correct, Ken? Just a little big on that, Big K.
I'm a big proponent of their belt for two reasons. One, it is made with top-end, high-quality components, and this is a Gen 2 belt on Donna's, so they've made a few improvements on it.
Mm-hmm.
You can fit a lot of your necessities on here. Your knife, your boga carrier, your plier carrier, extra lanyard, the jig vault, which is another product we'll get to in a few minutes. But what I discovered this fall about this belt, again, you know, Donna's always seems to be ahead of me by a foot or two in 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to turn her belt to put her bag behind her back when she's already changed the plug. And, you know, in the fall, when you have a nice stormer on or a neoprene jacket, and it's kind of tough to turn that belt if you have it snugged up tight.
Right.
This doesn't happen because it's a belt system
I see
that
it.
is
I see
part
it.
of, but yet autonomous in movement from
I
the rest
see
of
that,
the
and
belt.
I'm learning tonight because I could see that. Now that piece doesn't hang at all if it gets heavy. How
You
is
can
that?
adjust it.
Oh, I see
took
it.
my bag off. I'm a
I see it.
three-tuber.
I got
I
you.
carry a 3-tube Flatlander on my
Right.
belt.
Right.
No shoulder strap.
Right.
And so, and like everyone else, I'm probably guilty. The end of the season, I'm like, wow, I have 1 ounce buckies up to 3.5 buckies, and 23 plugs jammed into there, and some chads in the front, and some leader, and a bunch of TA clips and everything else. But no, it's adjustable by the.
I see it
by
right
the
now.
belts individually on each side, so you have 2 adjustable sections on that. And this company, like ours, this is owned by a fantastic guy named Luke Zanesco out of Rhode Island, and he's a solid guy. And customer service, just like our customer service, is really, really important. Donna goes out of her way. I think she's more up on top of it because I'm the chatterbox, and she's really, it's hers. I think she had 2 warranty claims in 4 years.
Oh.
And one, she never received the product back. So there was no validity really backing up the claim, and she just, took care of it anyway. So that's really important. You have to have a lot of pride in what you do, and take care of the folks. It's part of what they're paying for. Getting back to your point of, $2 plier carrier or $60 plier carrier. Well, part of what you're paying for is what's behind the product, so it's really important to her to have exceptional customer service. It's a point of pride,
Right. So I want to continue on your accessories. Do you have other accessories? Is this what you're at right now? Because I know you mentioned you can carry pliers, and also, did you show that one yet? I want to see the plier.
No. So we have 2 versions of the plier carrier. This is the original version. So this is made for a surf rat or lovable surf casters.
Right.
This has a 2-inch belt loop on it that's closed, 3/16 stainless steel, red Loctite, grade 3 washers under here. I mean, there's little things that folks would never know about. The washers that are between the plier carrier and the belt loop, she went through like 6 companies and different vendors and different types of rubber to get what she wanted out of it. You can't have it rot out. If you don't use one, then you lose, even though this is a very rigid product.
Yeah, it is. It's very
strong.
rigid.
You want to have some flexibility if you land on your duck.
Sure.
After sliding down the rocks off under the light, where you have some flexibility. And so that's like a shock absorber in there. And so there's great pains put into the R&D of all the products. But
I see that.
So this is the design that's on all the plier carriers. It's a one-piece design, and then it's held in place with 3 eyelets. These are brass, and they're melanite coated. Melanite is used typically in salt applications, large gun manufacturers. Their weapons are melanite coated for the SEAL teams and MARSOC and other units like that. Everything has to be able to take a beating. So even after it's 3, 4, 5 years old, you might get a little green tinge to it, but it's never going to rust. It's melanite coated over brass. And the other version of that carrier is the same body, but we're now reaching out to the boat market. So a guy who's got a 44-foot post is going offshore tuna
Correct.
fishing. We don't want to leave them out. So just last year, we started introducing this. It's the same body, same features, same designs, but it has a 1.5-inch belt clip.
Right.
So like when I made it on a boat, I would just have my pliers off to my side. I'm just putting this on the side of my belt on my Hallie Hansons,
Right.
and I'm good to go. So that's the plier carriers. And these are available for, wouldn't it be nice if she would get in front of this camera? I think about 9 different pliers. So it's available for the 6 and 7 Van Stall, 5.5 to 7-inch Danco's, Donmars, Manleys, 5-inch, 6.5 Manleys. And then there's 2 versions that she refers to as the universals. So those are going to fit a majority of a lot of other brands that are offbeat brands, or, you know, just not at that top tier, but yet they're really good pliers. Say the $100 mark plier, especially like in a 7-inch size, the universal long is going to fit 9 out of 10 of those pliers.
I have to stop you for a second. I have a gentleman asking, Oscar Barrera is asking, is it a brand specific or universal, which is what I asked you earlier on our practice run. So I want you to tell the subscribers, and especially Oscar, his question. Is it brand specific or universal?
No, the plier carriers, and it depends on the shop too. You know, the dealers, every year, they go to our portfolio of our catalog, what's available for them to purchase, and they choose what they want to stock their store with. So, you know, let's say, for argument's sake, in Rhode Island, where it's Saltwater Edge, great big shop, he might have a propensity for, although he sells a lot of Van Stall 7-inch pliers, because of his location, he might be like, hey, you know what? I need a lot of pliers that are going to fit, plier carriers that are going to fit the smaller Van Stall. Let me have stuff for the 6. So to answer his question, it's model specific. There's about 8 or 9, and they're manufactured by Van Stall, Donmar, Danco, Manley, and Accurate. Those are the 5 brands that she's chosen to target because those are the premium pliers. And then within each manufacturer, she'll have most, if not all, the sizes of their pliers. And then the universal ones trying to cover the rest of that market.
Good. So I want to ask Oscar, I hope that definitely answered your question. Also, we got a question coming from Mario Gandini, my most recent prize winner.
Mario
Gandini. All right, anyway, let's stop that because now Mr. Pineapple's starting to come into effect. But anyway, it's only water,
I heard
guys.
you
It's only water.
I'm blaming you.
So, okay, so going back to the question by Mario Gandini, who was the mastermind behind the logo? It's awesome. And it is. It's an awesome logo. Can't forget it.
Thank you. Man, I am a one-man band. Donna came up with this because she vacationed in Montauk since probably the mid-'60s.
Right. I was there.
And
I saw you. I was a kid. My dad used to bring us in Heather Hills over there. No, it wasn't like that. So, Big K. I heard Big K go, woo. I was like, no, it wasn't like that. I was only about 6 years old about that, and he was bringing us to Heather Hills. That's all. Maybe she might have been the girl making the sandcastles, and I went over and stepped at it, and then her dad came over and said, don't do that to my daughter. So I don't know if that was her. Maybe it was. Maybe she remembers something like that. That was me, and I apologize.
Statute of limitations. I think you're good. So, yeah, she designed it. Originally, Donna's Norwegian, and it's a big fishing community in Norway, obviously. Mm-hmm. And so they spent a lot of time down in Montauk. And Turtle Cove is probably one of the most forgiving spots to bring a Googan, let alone a family of Googans. So her and her sisters learned how to fish. That's where they cut their teeth, in Montauk. And so Turtle Cove was always a family favorite spot to be at for her. And it just seemed like a natural progression once this really came to fruition. And so she just came up with that idea, Turtle Cove Tackle. It sounds good on the tongue. It bounces good. And after about 500 drawings on napkins, she came up with the logo that we have.
Very nice.
Kind of. She came up with most of it. And then one of our good customers actually tweaked it a little bit on his own and contacted us and said, hey, you guys, I tweaked it and I put this circle around it and I gave him a surf bag and a better rod and a pair of corkers. So she had
Very
the
cute.
initial design of the turtle and
Nice.
the rod, but then our good friend Bryant came up with tweaking him up to what he is now.
It's a beautiful thing. So, okay, so we've heard some of your products.
So
So,
cute.
do you have more products?
We do.
So, I want you to, I don't want to force anybody to push anybody to do anything, but we are pushing you to speed this up a bit. The show's usually running till 8. I did tell most people who were asking me that the show would run a little later tonight because I do have a special guest on, Big K from Turtle Cove Tackle again. And I'm glad he's on. He's been showing the products. Even I'm learning a lot because I only own the Boga grip handler, or what would you call it again?
Holster.
Boga.
Holster. Yeah, the Boga holster. So I own that, and it's a great product. It's changed my fishing world. As far as when I'm walking to a spot, it has changed my world. I don't know it's there. It used to swing before. So enough of that, but I'm just letting you know that a good product. And I want to know about the other products, especially the knife, because I am a guy who just adores knives. I love knives. I have them, but I don't carry them on me because I'm afraid that it might come out of the slot. If you were on earlier, you would have seen that there he showed us that it does not come out, and it's tweaked, and it's done by human hand. So it's official to the point where I think I'm going to carry it. And most importantly to me, and probably to everybody else, it's got a blunt tip. Blunt, like flat. You're not getting stabbed or pricked or anything like that. Other than that, it's a great knife. It's got a couple of different gadgets on there. You can watch the restream again, but I love that knife. I'm probably going to order it. My next piece of material that I order will be that knife. But, okay, going back to you. I want you to speed up and just let me know the different products that you guys are carrying. And I'm sorry to say speed up.
It's okay. In a recap, it's our
Right.
main focus, really, and most of the products that are getting reordered by our shops. The Boga carrier, plier carriers. The plier carriers are model specific to those top tier brands. So there's about 10 or 12 variations, maybe a few more for the pliers. And then you have the lanyards, and the shops buy the lanyards individually. So if you have a pair of pliers and you're using a telephone cord or something from the hardware store, you can just buy the lanyards in either length, the 24 or the 34. And then a product we just came out with last year, it's called the Jig Vault. So I don't know, we lose. I hope we don't lose a lot in transition.
Look,
Can you?
I look at me. I just want to say, I never saw that. So why I like that? Because I use them on my bucktails all the time. And I want to tell you, it's the hardest thing to get out of I use the ODM surf bag, which I absolutely adore and I love. You'll see my review on them, Dynamite bag. But I take that little jar and I put it into the side round one. I don't put a tube in that. It's a side one off. You can put a bottle of water or those in there or whatever, anything else you want. But I put my jig strips in there, and whatever you're using, cow, whatever, when I grab them, they're a little deep in there. And when I finally grab them, my hands get wider than the button. It's hard to pull it out. It really is. For me, it's hard to pull it out. But now that I see that, continue on that.
The idea is, and I've had one or two buddies come back, and they're like, all right, they helped me do an R&D. Bernie Hoyt is another good friend of ours. And one of the coolest things, not to sidetrack, is, we're running into these guys and becoming close to them over the years. And I'm like, hey, if you heard of this product we have and blah, 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 and we'd, like to talk to you about it and show you about it. And they're like, Bernie's like, Kenny, stop. I own that. And I have that. They've been on my belt for 2 years. I like this stuff. Here's why I like it. I don't think about it. He's like, I reach down. I'm on a rock at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm into a fish. I lose a bucky. I got tied up. Whatever's going on. I need a strip. He's like, I reach down.
Yep.
I pull it out. Take the cap off. Put it on my bucky. Put this in here.
Done.
One-handed operation. You got to remember, especially Montauk. Not that there are other hard places to fish.
You made 2 sales with me tonight. 2. Continue.
Yeah. Well, you're standing on a rock with $1,500 tucked under your left or right arm. So there's no strap or clip or anything to fail or to hold open. You just reach in here and take this. You have access to your strips. and then you put it back. And actually, when it's underwater, the pressure is actually increased by about 2 or 3 pounds.
Right.
These are not. I'm not shaking this like a Girl Scout. Nothing
Right.
against Girl Scouts to have it not come out. Look, it's not coming
Right.
out. I am very good at getting
It's a
knocked
beautiful
back on my
thing.
duff.
Beautiful.
Doesn't come out until you need it.
That's it.
So-
Awesome.
It's just another great product that we're trying to design things so guys and gals don't have to think about whatever it is they
Thank
want
you.
to access. Want it to be one-handed, want it to stay there, want it to be something they can count on. And that's why we back everything we make with a lifetime warranty. The only thing that's not lifetime is lanyards,
Yeah, right.
because it's a lanyard.
I understand.
So we do 2 years, though. 2 years on the lanyard.
I heard that you guys ran
Nice.
tests and that if a shark grabbed you by your boga, that you got 100 yards guaranteed. That is pulling you out, that it's not going to break. Nah, I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding.
That would be a hell of a warranty.
That would be,
Come
right?
back and say, I'm missing two fingers, but
Hey,
my
yeah.
boga, my
I don't think
lanyard's
it's going to be
broke, man."
fingers if a fish is pulling you out that far. But anyway, good luck on
So
that. I'll be happy.
That's
Okay.
pretty much everything we make. The only other product we have out that we didn't cover tonight, it's called a utility clip, but it's that 2-inch belt clip again,
There you go.
and it's got
Nice.
a 2-inch stainless steel carabiner on it.
No,
So I use it for my eel bag. I used to just like pull my
Gotcha.
eel bag, which is like a laundry bag, really. A
Yes, it
larger
is.
laundry bag, and pull it up through my belt. But once in a blue moon, I'm like, luckily I was on an open sand beach. I'm like, my bag, and it's it's at the last spot where we were 20 minutes ago. Go down there, and there's 7 eels doing the dance in the surf or on the sand. So
Right on.
it's a utilitarian. You can use it for whatever you want. It's guaranteed for life. Fits in there perfectly. You can move it up out of the way. You can just have it on your belt, and you don't know why you need it until all of a sudden you need it. So
right.
it's just another
Well,
way to.
I like that also. I have to say, like I said, I know the clip from what are they called? Rock Hopper. You know
Yeah,
that clip?
it's solid.
Yeah, they're
Quality
solid.
stuff.
They're like that clip. But the only difference is that I see now is that yours gets to go, which is nice. It moves the clip. It's not solid on there. As in the other clip that I use is solid. Look, there's plus and minuses on both, but I like the product that you make. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Thank you very
Anyhow,
much.
so Ken, Big K, I call you. I have to say that I'm impressed because when I got the Boga grip holster, it was very good. It was sturdy. I thought when I first put it on, I was going to have issues with it. But in the end, it was a great product. And I know your other products are also just as great. But I want to ask you one thing before we go. I know that also you have a giveaway for my subscribers. We'll be talking about that last, like I do with all my giveaways. It's last, all right? Just relax. No, I'm kidding. We'll be back. But Big K, there's a picture behind you on your right. What's that? Because I see a fishing rod and I see 2 gentlemen in there. What's that all about?
That is my brother Ed and myself. This is last year.
Put that
The
picture
beginning-
straight onto the camera. Cover yourself and put it up to the phone. Go up right to it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Beautiful. Now we get to see the detail. So in the back, you got the Montauk Lighthouse, as you guys could see. His brother Robert, himself, Big K.
You
Go ahead now.
You renamed Eddie. Robert.
Oh, Robert. There you go.
Eddie.
It's
Eddie. Oh, I'm sorry. Eddie.
That's all right.
That's all right.
Where'd you get
So,
Robert?
so what's
Now,
that
do you
picture about?
recognize-
Go
do
ahead,
you
go ahead.
recognize where are we? What spot in Montauk are we?
I would say you're back down on the north side over there.
I'll
I
give you
think
a
that's
hint.
the walkway down.
Ro,
Go ahead.
help him out.
Yes.
What's the name of the company?
Oh, I already know now.
Oh no.
That's it. It's Turtle Cove Tackle. I got it.
Oops.
Hey, that looks a little like
There
Turtle
we go.
Cove.
Hold
There
on.
you go. It's okay. We're good. This is a beautiful thing. This is why we're live, guys.
Lost it
It's a
all.
beautiful. No, you didn't lose anything.
End of
It's
the show,
absolutely
I
good.
lost it all.
That's all right. Don't order any
Picture.
products because they dropped the phone.
Wires everywhere. Yeah, that shot is about 20 feet from the big plaque
Okay.
for Percy Heath.
Yes. Now I know where
Local
you
Montauk
exactly.
legend.
Absolutely. Also, I want to say that now that you're mentioning legends. I want to say really quick, Bill Wetzel. Bill Wetzel has taught me everything I know about surf fishing. He was the one who actually got me hooked on the lure thing. I wasn't sure about this end of it because I was a chunk. You know, I was a guy who sat on the beach, went suntanning, went with my wife many, many times, set up my rods and sit back and wait for them to get a bite. That really isn't, you know, yeah, it's fishing, but when you get into surf fishing, it really changes everything. And I got addicted, I have to admit. I love the sport. I love the catch and release, mostly release factor of it. I feel very proud to release those fish and knowing that they're very lucky to get caught by me because they are going to get a safe release all the time. Bill Wetzel, thank you very much. I want to say he runs a site on surfradsball.com. Please visit that. He is going to be on there tonight, starting right now. He's probably on right now.
Yeah, he's doing a Q&A, right?
Yeah, he's doing a Q&A, so go visit him. Check him out. It's a great site. I'm telling you guys, some of the best surf fishermen in Long Island are on that channel there. That's surfradsball.com, and that's Bill Wetzel, New York State surf fishing guide, and my wife wants to say something because she's going to kill me. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, Jason has a question for Big K. Does your plier holder line include a holder for a hook cutting plier?
I'm sorry, repeat the question, Ro?
Yeah. Does your plier holder line include a holder for a hook cutting plier? Does that make sense?
Hook cutting plier.
The only thing I could think of...
That's kind of a gray area. If he's... Go ahead, Mr. P.
Yeah, I was going to say that the hook... you know, you need a ply to actually cut through a hook, especially if you're using anything like a VMC hook. You better have some tough pliers. So, no, not on a knife. I wouldn't. Go ahead. I'll let you take that part over.
As far as you kind of getting into a question about the tool that the carrier goes into, and from my understanding and my experience, unfortunately, I've had a bucky go through my thumb joint and come out the other side. And it's a bad experience. And I carry a pair of Manleys. They are not used. They are a Mayday tool. They're in a front compartment where I can get to it fast, and they are just for cutting a hook that has gone into a bad part of your body.
Wow.
Oh,
my goodness.
And I know Bill, it's something I picked up from Bill, fishing with Bill.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're going to take your high-end beautiful pliers, it might not cut through a 4X VMC 3.0. And if it does, you're probably going to be replacing those cutters. So a lot of guys, you know, Bernie Hoyt, myself, Bill, you probably do the same thing. You carry a pair of Sargents or Manleys. And I think there's another brand out there, but they're skipping my mind. The brand skipping my mind right now. And they are just for cutting through that solid hook.
Yeah.
You know, so to answer your question, we do. We make for the Manly 5 and Manly 6.5. We make model specific pliers.
Wow.
And you can fish those all the time. You can fish those pliers as your primary pliers. And if you're only going to have one pair of pliers, maybe you want to go with those Manleys.
Sure.
I'm speaking from experience. They will go through a hook like butter, and so the Sargent pliers.
Yeah, nice. Absolutely good. I like good
There's
questions.
So much, like, just my impression. I mean, there's so much danger. You know, that's
involved with surf fishing.
With surf fishing, yeah.
Yeah.
Out there in the elements.
And you know it's true because
tools, gear.
And I will say that hold on a second here. You don't get to see Mrs. P. We'll put her in the corner really quick there. But I want to say to you, honey, like the night when I went to Jersey, you did blow out my phone. Are you okay? Are you okay? Because sometimes I'm in the surf and these waves are banging on me and I don't feel that vibration of the phone when you're calling sometimes, believe it or not. But she called a lot that night because I was out fishing with Kevin Hastings. That's the other Hastings. The other Steven, we know him here. Go ahead. Yeah, through winning all my prizes. But yeah, so we were out there with Steven.
So you were out with Kevin.
Yeah, so what was I saying?
No, I was saying talking about the risk.
Rose talking about the risk.
Yeah, the risk, and that my wife. I wanted my wife to indulge, But that
Good
she
point.
called me. She called me. Yeah, it is a good point, isn't it? But she called me so many times just to make sure that I'm okay. And again, I'm going to specify when you go out at night, please try to fish with friends at night. It's a scary proposition when you go out there, and if the weather's a little bit bad, you're even taking a bigger risk. I'm not saying that your friend's going to swim out there like some gold Olympia guy and save your life, but at least he's there, so you do have some type of help if it's needed at all. So again, going back to the Big K, you were very informative tonight. All your products are really products that I need. Now that I know exactly what they look like and what they do, I feel so much better than just seeing them up on your Instagram, even though Instagram did get me to buy your Boga Grip handler, and I'm glad I did that. That's one of my, go ahead.
Mario wants to see the setup again on the Z-belt.
Yeah, can we just see the setup again on the Z-belt?
So I'm a lefty. I have my rescue knife on my left hip. That spot behind it is normally where I'd have my 3-tube bag, but I took the bag off for obvious reasons. We would have knocked down the microphone and tripod 19 times instead of 2. And then on this side, I have my pliers in the front and my Boga carrier, both with lanyards. And again, all these products come with the lanyards included in the purchase.
Nice.
Okay. So the only thing that's not coming with a lanyard, that's a Kydex product, is going to be the jig vault, because it's not a necessary product.
True.
It's not a necessary.
But if I lose it, you owe me $5.99 anyway. No.
Hey, if you can get, Fat House,
I know. You're right.
I'm in, baby.
You're right. Other than that, I want to let my subscribers know. Always thank you, and to anybody else new watching the program, please always stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram. We're going to produce some really good, yes, that's next. We're going to be really producing some good guests, such as tonight. We got the Big K from Turtle Cove Tackle. And what he was just showing you is going to be his giveaway. We're going to do 2 giveaways. You can put that up again there, Big K, for me, please.
This is a carbon fiber, which is infused on top of the Kydex. Very strong, very light. That's what our products are made out of. Carbon fiber, universal small plier carrier, and lanyard will be in the giveaway tonight from Miss Poseidon as our gracious host.
Thank you so much. You heard that live right here, Big K. And to your wife, Donna. Oh, guys, thank you so much for that. We're still new in this YouTube thing, even though we're not. We've been at it now. Well, I've been at it for a few years already. But it's grown from a cell phone to 1 camera to 2 to 3 to this whole live stream. And my videos, I see there Kevin Hastings wrote, Mr. P was the only one that caught a fish that night. He's talking about South Jersey. And I'm going to be posting that video by Monday. It will be done. I'm going to finish it up. Actually, tomorrow all day and tomorrow evening, you should have it up because I'm done with most of it, but there's still work to do on it. Ebeth also says great products and information. Really enjoyed the show. And also, Grandpappy, you're dynamite too, man. Thanks. I never knew who Grandpappy was. I mean, I see him on my show all the time. And he's actually a friend of Kevin's, who I went fishing with last week. And we had a great time together. Great. But other than that, Big K, what can I say? Thank you so much. His giveaway, guys, I'm going to post it. We'll be giving away again on Thursday. Now, why do I do this? Because on the bottom of this video right here, this one right here.
Stream.
Yeah, on this stream, you leave a comment as usual. We used to do the numbers thing, but there's so many people on here, we couldn't keep up with the numbers. We became confused, terrible. So it's terrible. So I'm gonna, we're gonna post that. We're gonna do it in 2 prizes, and the other prize that I'm gonna be giving away, the giveaways, really quick for you guys to see. I'm going to put the overhead view on here so you guys could see. Where is this? Okay. So they're not in order, but on this end right here, I got heat holders, the warmest socks, whatever this number means here, TOG 2.3. Great socks. And the inside, they got this furry type material. So let me continue on that. Let me go really quick. I got toe warmers for you guys. It says more heat. They last 4 pairs, 6 to 8 hours each. They're toe warmers, nice in a package. And also I got here the hand warmers, 4 pairs, 10 hours each. That comes together with that. And also let me keep it going. We were talking about knives tonight, so I saw this knife. It was one of the first knives I had gotten. And this is not to keep on your holster or anything. If you're going to get a knife for your belt, you know what to get. You've seen it already. I'm ordering mine. And hurry up because they're running out of those. That's how popular they are. So I got the Gerber knife here. It's a little pocket knife with a little clip on there on the back. So let me continue. You got a Turtle. Now, these are top of the line. This is a patent product. The fur lining on the inside goes around your neck. You can see here the Turtle brand. And that has nothing to do with Turtle Cove Tackle. Turtle Cove Tackle is a much better company. Anyway.
Turtle Cove.
So let me continue on that. Also, we got another Turtle head. What do you call it? A head ski mask. But this is really good because I would wear this first and then put this right over it so you're really protected. Really good stuff here, guys. This is not cheap stuff. Mr. Poseidon does not give away cheap things. I don't do that. And I also got your Carhartt hat. This is all one prize. It's a brand new hat. You guys know Carhartt, tough product. Put it right over this, right here, this part. Put it right over. You're pretty much covered. Only your eyes are going to be, showing, as you can see right here.
This is great for cold winter fishing.
Yeah.
This is the theme. Huh?
Yep, cold winter fishing.
Idea.
Well, anywhere you go in the fall, I mean, especially in that November month and you're by the waters, it's already winter. Let me tell you right now. And then we got a Yeti 20-ounce, it's called a Rambler. It's a, thermo, let me show it. Takes this off.
Tumbler.
20-ounce tumbler. You close it. It's got a little cap on top where you can close it. And it keeps your drink warm or cold. I mean, my coffee will stay in there by the end of the day, 8 hours. It's still warm. It's remarkable. And I also brought the handle for you guys. I had originally bought a 30-ounce. And I would tell you right now, I have that one. It's just too heavy. You got to hold it with 2 hands when you drink coffee. I like that because it lasts me all night. But I figured the 20-ounce would do you guys great. And if you like it, buy one for your girlfriend or your wife. You're not going to win it on here again. Anyway. So you got a Yeti can. Now, this I like. It comes with a Yeti can. It's empty. There's no drink in there.
Right.
But just to show you that the can goes right in there like that.
Nice.
It is nice. And it's got a cap on there. And you can keep your drink nice and cold. But also, there's a lot of guys that sit around campfires and stuff. When you put this in here, your hand is not going to freeze. You can have a cold drink, but your hand is not going to freeze. So it's very warm to hold. Absolutely. And the final on that is if you're not catching any fish and you got all this warm gear on, get in your car, relax, and have some
beef jerky.
Boulder Canyon beef jerky. Some is sweet and spicy, smoke flavor added, which means it's chemicals. Caramel color added, which means it's chemicals. Made with all American beef, which means it's the best. So there you go. This is all on the giveaway tonight. Whoops, dropped my little.
Whoops, there goes
water,
Mr. P.
So there goes Mr. P.
Mr. P.
Did I get everything in here? I think so, but that's all one prize too. Leave a comment at the bottom. I will post everything on Thursday to who the winner is. This is a nice prize. I mean, you're looking at merchandise valuing $6,000 here. So
easily.
Let's not forget these wonderful,
It's all about
beautiful socks. Okay. Anyhow, all right. So I'm back here. So once again, Big K, can you put that up? We're going to show that final item there. There you go. And that's also going to be put up as a giveaway on Thursday. All you got to do is leave a comment on the bottom. Say something nice about Turtle Cove Tackle. Say something nice about me. And also, on my end, guys, I'm going to put this up close so you guys can see me. On my end, guys, you'll be really helping me. Subscribe to my channel. I've been working very hard at this. If it sounds like I'm begging, great, I'm begging. But subscribe to my channel, be a follower on Instagram. But I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers. I've worked for this very hard. At 1,000 subscribers, I'm shutting everything down just to prove it. No, not shutting anything down. We have names being created here, such as trademarked and so on. I'm really working hard at this. So please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to tell you again, we got a lot of good content. I'm going to have a brand new video out on Monday. That I promise. By Monday evening, that video will be out. It's the video I went away with Kevin Hastings to New Jersey. He actually met me down there, stayed there a night, and we fished together. And it was with him that I caught that lone striper, which was probably the best feeling in the world after just pretty much being skunked for a month. Not being skunked, but I wanted to get on a fish, and I did, and I was very happy. And thanks for that, Kevin Hastings. So, Big K, thank you for being on the show. Anything else you want to say to anybody out there, please do so now.
Yes, I do. I just want to emphasize everybody, please shop local. I would like to mention our dealer network in New York. We're at Capture Bait and Tackle, and out in Hampton Bays, East End Bait and Tackle, J&H in Oakdale, J&J Sports, Patchogue, Saltwaters in Islip, Smith Point Beach Tackle down near Smith Point Park, Shirley, Whitewater Outfitters in Hampton Bays, Grumpy's in Jersey. In Connecticut, we're at Bobby J's, Fisherman's World in Norwalk, the Surfcaster, and actually at world headquarters for Z-Bass Reels. And in Rhode Island, we're at the Saltwater Edge. And please support our dealer network and shop local.
Thank you.
These families and local businesses really appreciate it and have the knowledge.
Thank you so much for that, buddy. Big K. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you to your wife, Donna. I know she works very hard there in the background. She's there, but I know you work hard. I know Big K also puts a lot into this. You guys are both great. I'm glad I got to meet you. I thank you so much again for my lovely shirt.
Yeah, we're going to have those shirts out in the public pretty soon.
Them.
Right now, they just went to pro staff and other folks in the business, but we're going to have them out available very soon because we're getting bombarded with requests for the shirts. So
absolutely,
thank you.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ro. Thank you for having us on the show.
Absolutely, Kevin. Thank you so much,
fun.
buddy.
So fun, Big K.
Guys, thank you, everybody. And again, please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram. Lots of good things ahead in the future. I'm going to let you guys know, the faster I get to 1,000 subscribers, the faster that Van Stall reel goes up as a giveaway. So it's going to be a great show. I can't wait for that one. I'm going over now to the Bill Wetzel Surf Rats Ball. I want to get over there. Like I said, great place to be, Bill Wetzel. Big K, Turtle Cove Tackle. Thank you, everybody. And remember, fish hard, fish safe, and fish right, guys. Now let's go.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.